voice, it counts them all. A team of hearts with plans to share. For every soul we're standing there. It's in the ballot, it's in our hands. Together we rise and take a stand. For every dream, for every need, community spirit is our creed. The vote is here to pave the way, working hard both night and day, delivering hope, delivering dreams. We are the ones who fuel the streams. Every corner, every street, we bring the change that makes us meet. Hand in hand we hold the flame. Together we'll make a lasting name. It's in the ballot, it's in our hands. Together we rise and take a stand. For every dream, for every need, community spirit is our creed. The vote is here to pave the way, working hard both night and day, delivering hope, delivering dreams. We are the ones to fuel the streams. Every corner, every street, we bring the change that makes us meet. Hand in hand we...
And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's It's in the Ballot show. We've got these fantastic candidates here who are vying to become the next community board members of the Waihī Community Board. Well, for every election, there's one thing stepping in their way, and that's your vote. And it's the Bay of Plenty opening credits key. Everybody, and welcome to today's It's in the Ballot. And let's give our candidates a good round of applause. Okay, and welcome here. And we've got some brilliant candidates here who are vying to get that tick to be part of the Waihī Community Board. So let's kick off first with Nikki on your opening statement of why you should be getting one of those ticks.
Hi, I'm running as an independent for Waihī Beach Community Board. I have no agenda, just energy, experience, and a commitment to listening and acting, working with you and for you.
Okay, Gail.
Kia ora koutou. I'm Gail Kelly. I live in Bowen Town, born in Thames, grew up in Northland, lived in Australia and other parts of New Zealand. I'm now retired, got lots of time, energy and keenness to put my professional, personal skills to use through the community board role. My professional background is in the area of community psychology. I've worked in both the public and private sectors in Australia and New Zealand. A lot of work with communities, identifying social impact of government policies. Had the privilege of working with economists and environmental scientists, which has taught me to take a holistic approach to local issues. And with 40 years involvement in doing research and evaluation, I know how to listen to people, collaborate to come up with ideas and solutions to address issues, and put forward proposals to local and central government. For me, the board has two main roles, making sure councillors, the mayor and the district council executive know what's important for Waihī Beach and the actions that are needed. And secondly, it's about helping to join together local people, businesses and organisations to encourage participation in local action. So I appreciate your vote.
Okay, Annette.
Good afternoon, my name's Annette Ingalls. The reason I'm standing for the Waihī Beach Community Board is that I was persuaded that I had the relevant skills and experience to contribute to the function and running of the community board. I'm originally from Hamilton. My husband and I have holidayed at Waihī Beach for many years. I've worked in large law firms in Hamilton as a legal assistant. About 10 years ago, I accepted a position with Anderson Law Office in Katikati, which meant moving to the Bay of Plenty. We purchased our property in Athenry and have not regretted the move at all. I feel we have the best of both worlds and that the shops at Waihī Beach cover all our needs and Athenry provides peace and tranquility. The local residents are friendly, particularly the dog owners I come across walking around the reserve. I wish to contribute to the community using my legal experience and knowledge on the Waihī Beach Community Board.
Okay, thank you for that. Wayne.
Hello, I'm Wayne Stevenson. I'm currently on the Waihī Beach Community Board and wanting to stay attached to the community board in the near future, please. My background started in a small country town in Canterbury, and my career took me through Christchurch, through Auckland, and back to a lovely small country town of Waihī Beach. So it's nice to do full circle and come back to where you really feel you belong. Being involved in a small community is such a cool feeling. It's all about localism. It's all about doing things for each other, for your own group of people, really, for your own communities. In the interim in my life, I was in the police for a very long time. That had its fair share of challenges, as you can imagine. But what I found, I had an aptitude to problem solve, thinking outside the square, really. So it's a cool feeling to be part of this community again and just listening to people's issues and coming up with solutions. So I'm very keen to stay involved and looking forward to your vote, please.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, let's get on to the box questions. Now, for the community board shows, we want our candidates to work as a team because when they're on the community board, they're going to be a group of team working together. So we're going to go one by one on the candidates on picking which boxes they would like to, which box number will get all candidates to open up the boxes. So, Annette, would you like to pick the first box number between 1 and 9, or you can use between Tahi and Iwa?
I'll go for number 5.
Go for number 5. And for those who are wondering the Māori one, it's Rima. Okay, we have, was it number A, was it? And we'll start off with you, Annette. What will be your preference for new street names to be based on in the Waihī Community Board area? Some examples have been given, such as former mayor names and names gifted from local iwi.
Okay, I think new street names should be relevant to the particular area that it's in and reflect the name of any individual who stands out in relation to that area. However, I would be very open to names that might be put forward by iwi.
Okay, next up, Wayne.
Number 3, please.
Oh, no, finish off that first question.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Continuing.
Yeah, for community boards, as we say, we get to work as a team, so we find out what all the candidates that they're unlike and pick it off. For the main show, yes, that's exactly how it works for the 2-hour shows for the ward ones.
Thank you. In relation to that, always include iwi with the local consultation. It's a pleasure talking to them. They come up with some beautiful names if they wish to get involved that can be gifted. In relation to an English name as opposed to a Māori name, again, locally we don't mind. It's just what is appropriate at the time.
Okay, Nikki.
Same question.
Yep. Same question.
My understanding regarding subdivisions is that the developer has the privilege of making that choice.
Okay, that's short, sharp and sweet. Gail.
Look, my preference is to have a mix of names, those gifted from local iwi. When that happens, often there's a strong historical connection to the landscape, local landscape, but it's really important that their meaning is communicated well. Also, we can get names from people who've made a strong contribution to the area, but I think care needs to be taken re-historical people. We've got many instances of using the names of upright citizens who later might be found not to be. That's my preference. Yep.
Okay, let's get on to the next question. Wayne, you get to pick the next box number. What box number would you like?
I better stay with 3, please.
No problem. What does 3 bring out? It brings out H for hotel. How accessible is the current community board, and what steps would you take to improve accessibility if needed?
By normal standards, our current community board is very accessible, has a Facebook site and regularly posts updates to the community. In the future, a subtle restructure to our public meetings I think will be beneficial. Our meetings are very formalised as meetings need to be. We have community or public presentation, and then we stick to simply asking questions for elaboration on those subjects. I would like to involve more discussion at that time, to engage the community more, and the intent behind that is to bring more community members into the meetings when they know they can not just make a presentation, but we can engage them and for further conversation and come up with some better solutions at the time. Thank you.
Okay, Nikki, your answer.
That's for
H.
For H.
H. Accessibility to some members is no problem. It has however been one of the most functional community boards we have had for some years. That is the current community board.
Okay. Gail.
To be honest with you, I'm unsure about how the community perceives the accessibility of the current board. This said, I've got 4 ways that you might think about to improve accessibility. Firstly, we need a board, a group of people who work well together. It's really important to work as a team, and that means that the relationships between the board members are very, very important. Secondly, I think you need to offer a variety of ways that the community can interact with the board, and in that way you can increase participation. You need to have well advertised and tightly facilitated meetings and workshops that will increase the number of voices that can be heard. And last of all, I think there needs to be a variety of methods for interaction and workshops so that it's fun and it's useful to contribute to community views.
Okay. Gail. Oh no, sorry, I've done Gail. Annette.
Thank you.
Sorry, that's what happens when it's the list order sheet. I'm going down the list, I'm picking the box numbers.
I would just encourage people to attend the meetings and make sure that people are aware of when they're being held. I'd also encourage them to contact me directly with any issues they feel need resolving in the community.
Okay. Now, Nikki, you get to pick the next box number. What box number would you like it to be?
G, please.
Not G. Do you mean numbers?
So
what number? Got 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, or 9. And 8. And the aim is so it's purposely random. Okay, we've got D for Delta. How willing are you to work with local hapu and iwi at a community board level?
Totally comfortable. We are all here for the best outcome for our community.
Okay, Gail.
I'm very willing. I whakapapa to Ngāti Ranganui on my mother's side, and I'd welcome the opportunity to work with Otawhiwhi and local hapu.
Okay, Annette.
I'd be very willing to work with local hapu and iwi on issues as required.
Okay, and Wayne.
Yeah, it's a pleasure working with local hapu and iwi. It's always educational, and they seem to have a way of getting things done more efficiently than us sometimes, which is very valuable.
Okay, and Gail, what's the next box number?
I'll go to number 7.
Number 7, no problem. Okay, we got F for Foxtrot. What factors currently support community gardens in your area, and what actions could be taken to improve or create new ones?
I'm actually unaware whether we do have any community gardens in the area. Maybe we do, but I'm a gardener myself at home, so I tend to grow all my own produce. But however, we're really lucky to live in an environment that's great for growing fruit and veggies. And it's very, very common between us all, we swap veggies around. So yeah, I definitely would encourage, but as I say, it's not an area I know much about.
Okay, Annette.
Like Gail, I'm not really familiar with the gardening need or what is currently in existence, but again, is something the community makes us aware and would like action to be taken, I would support that.
Okay, Wayne.
Yeah, currently there's a group at Waihī Beach looking to construct a community garden. It's been put on hold for various reasons, but I'm certain that it will take off in the near future. It's a great thing. It's not a tremendous expense, and that's important looking forward because we're all going to be running short on money. Having said that, there's more ways of looking at just community gardens. I mean, we can adopt a garden plot anywhere. If you've got enough volunteers, we can put hanging baskets all through our main street if you've got enough volunteers. So there's so many different ways of doing this. I don't think that there is a tremendous value in the produce being grown because there seems to be a surplus of that at the beach. There's a lot of food gets given away to people. It'd be great if it's all valuable, but I'm not sure whether that will be the main intention was just for produce to give to people. It might be produce, it might be flowers. We might be able to sell it at the farmers market for the benefit of one of our charitable groups.
Okay, Nikki.
There have been community gardens at Waihī Beach before, one in Wilson Park, and there will be more to come. Many residents are home gardeners. I believe that the community gardens in Wilson Park is now defunct, but some of the fruit trees that were planted there do bear fruit, and the locals in the know go and pick it.
Okay, so we've gone through 4 questions. Okay, we have a new list of to ask the candidates what box numbers they want. Nikki, you get to go first. What box number would you like to pick for your team of candidates to answer?
7.
7's already been taken, but we've got 6.
I thought we just done.
No, we did 7. 5.
I've got letters.
Yeah, no, we've all got letters. You just got to pick a number.
Oh, okay, 5.
That's already been taken as well. I've got 1, 2, 4, 6, or 9.
9.
9. Okay, we got I for India. And staying with Nikki, how can the community board contribute to civil defence and emergency management in our area?
Support and always respond as required in a crisis. Community board are not actually civil defence trained personnel, but we are here to assist where required.
Okay, Annette.
Make sure that the relevant information is available in around the area, like in clubs and information centre and so forth.
Okay, Wayne.
The community board in the past offered a grant to the local community response teams. Those teams are set up and supported by our council, and they're across the whole Western Bay, in fact across the whole country. That's our way of supporting civil defence at our local level.
Okay, Gail.
I think the community board's main strength is local knowledge, and that's about the vulnerability in the landscapes and the facilities, but also knowledge about vulnerable people in the community. So I think one of the board's main roles is as a connector of people and organisations, and this should be one of their main contributions, both prior to and during civil defence and emergency situations.
Okay, and Annie, you get to pick the next box number. What box number would you like it to be?
Number 2, please.
Number 2. Okay, we got G for golf. What would your role entail in overseeing the planning, regulation and implementation of traffic, parking, signage and related policy changes, including community consultation?
Well, my entire working career has been in the legal field, and I'd be very comfortable reviewing and all the relevant material relating to these issues.
Okay, Wayne.
I see my role as simply maintaining a mutual respect between our community board and the specific council staff involved, who will be doing the majority of the work in these situations. We have a detailed community plan, which was a lot of consultation with our community members for that. So that's a good starting point, and that plan's been publicised. Where further consultations required, we'll put it out there and await the emails and the phone calls and go forward from there.
Yeah. Gail.
I think as a member of the board, I think our main role will be to run open and fair processes with community to understand what needs to change and what might be needed in the future. Then to take this information and present a coherent community viewpoint to council. Equally important is taking any proposed council changes in planning and regulation to the community for feedback. In this way, the board becomes a two-way conduit for information. Also, I'm supportive of dual language signage for key community facilities.
Okay, Nikki.
That is a curly question. Of course it would be through consultation with community board. I do have a major problem with signage, and I'm sure it is not only a Waihī Beach issue, for instance. For instance, kura and then school. I think it is the wrong order. English is New Zealand's first language. The new library, thank you Otawhiwhi Marae, it is a lovely name. Still, where is the word library on the sign outside? Some have said they won't visit the library until that sign is corrected. Makes me realise how polarised our community can be. If you were an overseas visitor, carefully checking road signs to get you to your destination, what does kura mean to you?
Okay, Wayne, what's the next box number to pick?
Have we got one still?
Yes, we do still have number 1. Okay, we got C for Charlie. How will you stand for the community at the council table on issues where the council is not in support of them?
Okay, we'll presume we've made a detailed submission to council emphasising clear support from our community. That's got to be the starting point. If council then rejects that submission and can explain the reason to our satisfaction, then that's that and we move on. We're not going to get our own way all the time. If, however, we feel they've made an inappropriate decision, then we've elected the wrong councillors, and that's on us because we voted them in.
Okay, Gail.
I think it's important to bring evidence and data that we can gather to demonstrate the community's views and use multiple methods to present our case. There's many instances where community members and councillors have had to keep bashing away at issues to garner support until resolved. And if it's something that's important to the community, then the board should be prepared to do that.
Okay, Nikki.
Community board is the interface for council, and I respect that remit. I would not, however, be slow in expressing my opinion.
Okay. Annette.
I'd be prepared to do the appropriate research on the issues to present to the council and be prepared to try and convince the council to support the issues relating to our community.
Okay, Gail, what's the next box number you'd like to pick between 4 or 6?
Oh, that's an easy choice. Let's go for number 4.
Number 4. Okay, we got B for Bravo. How would you stand up for your community interests if it differs from your own position?
Me?
Yeah.
To start. Okay. I'd like to think this is a personal area of strength for me. I've got 40 years doing research and evaluation in communities of place and also with communities of interest. And frequently this has meant gathering opinions and views from people with different views and values from my own. Training in systems thinking has taught me that we all have different perspectives, mainly based on our life experiences and beliefs. When harnessed, this can be a strength for the community. I'm trained to suspend my own views, understand my own biases, so I'd be comfortable standing up for broader community interests and arguing the case as needed.
Okay, Nikki.
I think that would be a most unlikely situation to find myself in. As a community board member, we are the interface between the community and council. It is irrelevant to any personal views I may hold.
Okay, Annette.
I see my role as representing the majority of the community, regardless of my personal views.
Okay, Wayne.
Well, I'm elected by the community to represent them, so that's got to be the starting point. I will have opinions and I'll express those opinions. If the community wants something different from that opinion, then majority rules really, and at community board level, there'll be 4 of us and we take a vote. And you accept it happily, whatever the outcome.
Okay, so we have one last question in the box, which is E. What community projects would you be happy to support for community board council grants? Wayne, you get to go first.
Okay, this coming triennium, we're going to be short on funds if we get our way and pressure council to cut their rates demands. Something new that I was approached about recently was the installation of frisbee golf nets around our open spaces. When I thought about that, it seemed like a lot of fun. It's something that all families can use. And it's something that if we were asked for a grant for that concept, it would probably be affordable. So those are the sort of projects I'd support going forward, the smaller projects where we can get maximum value out of, because we've got to be frugal with our money.
Okay, Annette.
Due to the current economic environment and the increased rates everybody's having to pay, I feel it'd be fairer to give smaller amounts to a wider variety of community projects.
Okay, Nikki.
I would happily contribute to all local organisations, particularly not-for-profits, who contribute to creating visitor traffic in a sustainable, healthy and safe environment, sorry.
Okay, Gail.
If elected, I'd be new to the board, so I would need to learn quickly what projects are actually in the offing I'm unaware of that at the moment. So I'm unable to declare support for any particular project for grants at this point.
Okay, I think we've gone through all the box questions, so let's get to our lovely hard-hitting question. Ian, on XSplit, can you please click hard-hitting questions? The key doesn't work on the Stream Deck. Okay. Back on camera too. Thanks for that. Okay, so our hard-hitting question today is, what is your current position on retaining Western Bay of Plenty District Council's Waka Kai Oro district-wide Māori ward and the Bay of Plenty Regional Council's, was it Māori constituency, and why do you hold that position? Let's start with Gail.
First of all, I think it's a referendum that's going to decide whether the Māori ward remains. But that said, I am actually in favour of Māori wards, and I draw on history to demonstrate my position. In order to raise the number of women participating in decision-making roles in central and local government and on private industry boards, the system needed to be tweaked to correct the dominant bias towards older Pākehā males. Examples include political parties setting quotas for women candidates and industry actively seeking capable women for boards. And we also have examples of our electoral system tweaking to improve fairness between urban and rural constituents. I see the inclusion of Māori wards as tweaking the system to increase participation of Māori in local government decision-making. Perhaps in an ideal future, we may not need them, but at the present, it will improve inclusion.
Okay, Wayne.
Well, on overseas deployment, and I struggled to even learn Pidgin English. So I'm terrified of really trying to understand te reo and a lot of cultural Māori things. Having said that, I'm so proud of my grandchildren who speak te reo in primary school. What I'm getting at is that fear should not be influencing our decisions. A Māori ward is just amazing. We've all involved ourselves into different degrees with iwi, and it's always been a successful outcome. The Māori ward that's going to be in Western Bay, my God, they're covering the whole Western Bay as opposed to just covering a small geographical ward as the rest of us. They've got their job cut out for them, and I admire them for taking it on. And at the end of the day, it's just one vote for 7,000 plus electors anyway, so it's still fair. Good on them, and I hope it's successful.
Okay, Nikki.
Māori wards are very much a part of the inclusive tapestry, and they have a unique presence through our treaty. I support the retention of the Māori wards and respect their contribution and participation.
Okay, Annette.
I do not support separate Māori wards. I feel that it's time that everyone's considered equal and united in the community.
Okay, now let's get to our candidates' closing statements of why they should receive one of your ticks this election. Gail, you get to go first.
Well, I don't know whether I've got a closing statement. I'm hoping that throughout the questions you've got some idea about what I stand for, what's important for me. I hold strong values around inclusion and strengthening communities, a strengthening sense of communities, particularly interested in the social side of communities. So, yeah, vote for me.
Okay, next up, Annette.
Oh, this is a hard one. I just feel that I'm a new face and fresh ideas, and I would work hard to be on the Waihī Beach Community Board. Please vote for me. Thank you.
Okay, Nikki.
I have credibility. I'm well known in the community. And I have a lot of local knowledge to share.
Okay, Wayne.
Well, what you see with me is what you get. I try not to pretend to be anything other than who I am. I'll stay in my lane. I really am dedicated to my community. It's such a pleasure to work for them and to see change and to see improvement. And I really want to continue doing that. And I hope you may have seen that I've contributed something in the past that encourages also to vote for me again. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you, candidates, for participating. It's not easy to jump in front of a video camera, but I think you've done very well, and thank you for doing that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity.
No problem. Okay, we'll be back here at 4 p.m. for the, now, I've just got to remember how to say the ward name. Make sure I get the names in the right order. It is for the Katikati Waihī Beach General Ward at 4 p.m. So, yeah, when you're ready, Ian, hit the closing credits key, please. Yeah. Oh, no closing credits.